So what if the Full House theme song guy, he did like a theme song for Cyberpunk 2077
instead of the Witcher composer?
Yeah, instead of Blazkowicz.
Instead of Blazkowicz. It's like the guy from whatever his name is.
Whatever happened to humanity?
Oh,
Androids and machines come to kill you. Everywhere there's a corporation controlling humans. Welcome everybody to another episode of Multiplayer. We are running on all 4 cylinders because why? Because we can. My name is Guillermo Dorado, your host for this evening and subsequent ones in the next coming weeks, and also my co-host here, Zach Matsganis.
What up? I am 2 of those cylinders.
And
Don't do that in front of me.
I don't know what we're doing. We got to touch.
Don't do hand things in front of me.
It's my show. I will touch who I want. Yeah, guys, thank you so
Bad
much
host.
We're starting it off that way. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. I really appreciate you guys on YouTube and podcasts tuning in for this week. We always appreciate you coming around and sitting down and, jamming all the way downtown.
We be jamming?
Yeah.
We be jamming?
Did you introduce Hav?
I just did. We touched and I said
Yeah, did you say his name though?
Yeah. Oh. Did I not?
I don't know. Maybe.
Javier Ortiz. If I didn't say it, wait. I'm sorry. There's a Javier Ortiz.
There you go.
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in. Also, if you like this show, you might also want to check out our Patreon page because we have special surprises for people who donate. Give us $1 a month. We give them 2 videos.
And a plane.
And a plane. Yeah, we actually have an exclusive bonus round for our Patreon exclusive members. But if you don't feel the need to donate just yet, then you can always come back here for your free content, and we do release those bonus round episodes a week after they've been aired on Patreon for the masses. So, now that's all the way. We can start talking about video games and whatnot and all this good stuff. But before we do any of that, Hav, you went somewhere. You took a little field trip to a new place.
So there's this new strip club down the street that I went.
Right, yes. No. Whatever dresses up as Will. It was fantastic.
Jeff Kaplan is
dancing on a pole. It's like, wow, I thought you were doing good, dude. Apparently not.
So the Overwatch League started this week, and it is awesome. I got a hat because I went to the first game.
I got hat.
1 hat, please.
For those that don't know, I'm from Philly, so I always represent Philly teams, and I love my Philly teams. And Philly has the Fusion for Overwatch League.
They also have cheesesteaks.
They also have cheesesteaks, not here.
Right.
So anyway, but I went to the Overwatch League, and it's in the Burbank studios.
How was it, by the way? Is it nice?
It's
area?
really, it's
or
really
not area,
nice.
but the establishment.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm not sure if Blizzard bought it or if they're just using the space.
They're probably just using it.
That's what I think.
Yeah, because it's like all the
I thought they
studios.
constructed it,
but
like specifically for the Overwatch.
No. The Burbank studios have been around for a while.
Sure, but they didn't add on like a building into that.
No.
I think about like any other. I think about like American Idol. It's like they'll have a studio space. I know.
Yeah.
But it's like they'll come and they'll build what they need to in there.
Sure.
They'll do their show and then they're out.
Yeah. I thought. I wasn't sure about that because I saw like inside when you go inside, there's like Blizzard signs and like the logo everywhere. And
an actual blizzard.
And an actual blizzard. It was nice though. It was a nice change of weather.
It's like wow, my Philly mind stays
and
really
cold.
good. Yeah.
But no, so I went there on last Thursday, and it was awesome. Mm-hmm. Like it was a really cool crowd. It was basically people that you'd expect to see at like E3 or at BlizzCon if you ever gone to BlizzCon. It's those same type of people. So it's all guys our age or women our age as well, maybe a little bit younger, and it's just. It was a really cool group, and the space by itself, I posted some pictures on Instagram, it was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like a mini movie theater kind of. That's how like the TV studio's set up. You got your stage, then you got the area where the cameras would be, and then you've got the seats that go up, the rising seats.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
good.
So it's essentially a TV studio, but
and it is a stage, right? It's not, It's not like an arena where you sit around.
No. It's a stage. Like,
okay, cool.
So what they had was they had the stage and they had the 2 like rows of monitors for the dudes playing the games, and above them it was really cool. Above them was the giant. I'm making shapes like you can see me but, for podcasting.
That's why podcasters watch the YouTube video. You can see his gestures.
He is making wildly vivid things with
painting pictures with his fingers.
But they had a giant monitor for you to watch the gameplay, and what was really cool was they had like not a 360 monitor, but I guess like a 180 monitor where
It's one of those like super long ones. Kind of
yeah,
like,
it goes
like,
around.
Like
a
PlayStation.
curved.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Like
big
PlayStation
curve.
kind of has it, like their E3s and stuff. Like
Right,
those, like
right.
super long kind of monitor setups.
But the way it was set up, it was like it would go around, and then I was sitting up front because you can literally sit anywhere. Like
Sure.
you just go and buy your ticket, and I was like, so where do I sit? And they're just like, wherever you want. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna sit
Sit
right
at one of the one of the monitors
Yeah,
and
yeah,
start
Yeah, I
playing.
was like, can I play the game too?
You said wherever I want.
This is
And I
mine
want
now.
This.
But it was cool. I legit sat right in front of the Philly team. It was really cool. And it was nice because like they were playing the Houston Outlaws, and they divide the room in half. Like one side is orange, one
Sure.
side is green. It was really nice.
What color is Fusion's orange, right?
Yeah, orange and black.
Oh, dope.
Because they're
Orange
owned by
for like the whiz you put on top of a cheesesteak.
Gross.
close.
You do not put cheese whiz on a steak.
Yeah, a lot of people
Do you put cheese whiz on a steak?
A Philly cheesesteak is whiz.
It's with cheese whiz?
Whiz.
Yeah. You gotta get whiz, son.
Whiz.
That's what real
Fried onions, cheese whiz, and steak.
Oh, I thought it was like actual melted cheese.
It is
now
melted
have
cheese.
less respect for you.
Well,
Where
you
you
can-
come
you
from now?
it's
You
fake
can
cheese,
get
but
different cheese, but like cheese whiz is a classic staple.
This is beyond the point. Going
Anyway,
back to
No, we must settle this.
is it cheese whiz?
But what was really cool was the that setup was like, you know, every stage that they would go on, like Eichenwald or, you know, Temple of Anubis. You know how when you start the game, they show like the map and it's kind of like progressing through and stuff?
Sure.
That was like surrounding you. So it was like, it was really cool. It looked beautiful. And what was really nice was during the game, this entire wall on one side, you know, was part of the screen, and it said Philadelphia Fusion. The other side said Houston Outlaws. And they had spotlights. It was really cool. It was a cool show.
Now,
And,
my question is, like, okay, when you're watching someone play Overwatch,
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit going on the screen
Yeah.
at any given time.
Totally.
I can't imagine watching, let alone watching one person play, and then watching fucking 12 people play a game. Like, how do you view that? Like, it doesn't seem like a very, like...
I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
compatible spectator sport.
Yeah, like a common like sports broadcast, you've got the TD room and the technical directors, the guys like, all right, camera one, and they're
Sure,
getting all their
sure,
shots lined
right.
up. For this, it seemed kind of weird because they focused a lot on players who were involved in the action. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of DPS was shown, like Genji and Tracer play.
A lot of widows too.
Yeah, I mean, well, they did that because some of those widows at
right.
the competitive
Mm-hmm.
level just headshots all day, and so it was really just fucking dope.
But you don't get to see a lot of like what the healers are doing. Or,
No, they don't really
even
focus
that.
on Mercyrs and Yao too much. They do it sometimes, like when Mercy busted the ult, her ult, and one player for the Fusion, I think it was Neptuno, I think is his name.
It's dope.
That's one thing I love about this.
Yeah,
like they don't go
everyone's
by
names are
names, they
super-
go by their
Yeah.
usernames.
And you have the guys like, oh, Neptuno
yeah,
coming
yeah.
in with a assist or
it's
whatever.
like you've got one. The Houston had a player named just Jake, and then Philly's got like Neptuno, Poco, Shadowburn. It's really funny.
Yeah, I always like either going to a tournament or playing in a tournament and just going by like my gamer name.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like-
it's the best. Like, and even the announcers, which shout out to the one announcer for the Philly game. His name, I think it's Mitch Leslie. I think is his name. He goes by Uber Shouts. Whew, man, he can call a game. Like he's so intense when he talks. Like, and he's
I just can't imagine. like, the
keeping track of
focus. Yeah,
everything that
exactly.
happens in that game, and like he did not skip a beat. He was so intense, and like he got the crowd really into it. It was so cool. It was like it was like a real sports game. If
Sure.
you've ever gone to like a basketball game or something, it was so intense and really cool and just a lot of fun. Like
So it was easy for you to follow it then. Like, so they
Yeah.
were switching between different FPS views or first person perspectives
yeah,
from
yeah.
these different
Essentially,
players.
they would do that. Like let's
There's some
say
overviews too.
yeah, they
Sure,
they
but
would,
even then, I've seen the overviews for like the World Cup for Overwatch that happened.
yeah
last
they
year,
would
where
cut
the
to
hell
like
it was.
wide shots and there's just a bunch of action.
Yeah,
going
you just
on.
see like these people like doing this. I'm like, I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck that means.
They-
I play the game. I
They
still
did a
understand
lot
what it means.
of so people that were on attack, if it was like moving the payload, they focused a lot on like the attackers DPS because they were always attacking.
Sure, sure.
It was essentially
People
they
wanna
were
see blood.
keeping track of the most action that was happening on screen, and they would hop between teams a lot. It all depends on who's doing the most action. So like
Yeah.
if there's a Genji busting his ult, they're gonna focus on him
Would
because
not want to be the technical director for that.
I don't know how they do
Fuck
it.
that.
I really don't know
Yeah.
how. Like you have to be so quick with it. Like kudos to the Blizzard team because they pulled it off really well. It was a good show. It was a lot of fun, but I can
There's
just
a lot
imagine
of
the
rehearsal for
challenge.
that too. Just having
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
play and be like, fucking shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a chance to go because I was working that day, and I was just stupidly jealous and upset.
As you should be because it was
at
a
Huff.
really good time.
So I'm gonna go slash his tires later.
Oh, damn.
Don't tell him.
I already did.
Secret safe with me and everyone else.
But I did check out their new Overwatch League app, and
follow the
that
action.
app is really well done. It's you go in the app and it's like I mean it's just like the layout makes a lot of sense. It's clean. It just works real well.
I
I
imagine
didn't
it's
have
got
any.
a nice Blizzard polish to it.
It does.
Like it has to.
Yeah, it's like Blizzard's so good at just polishing everything, including like just the event itself is just like like you look at the stage,
Really
you look
well
at the
done.
lighting, like a team wins and like the whole stadium seems to light up that color.
Yeah, it goes
And it's
orange
like,
everywhere when Philly went. It was beautiful. I loved
That's
it.
awesome.
It's like I was watching it mostly on my phone through the app, but it's watching those games was a lot of fun. It's just and like all the announcers they had were really good at calling shots,
legitimately
and,
just really
and just
good.
Following the action. Like, and I've done like big live action shows and stuff where both on camera and in kind of switching, and it's like there's a lot of work
it's a
involved,
lot of work.
and
I used to do that in my old job, like switching and stuff, and
Sure.
I can't imagine doing it for a
And
game
like
like
that's
this.
for
Yeah,
doing
it would
like
be-
some kind of live event where like you have a couple speakers or whatever, or you're switching to like a projection, something like that. But I cannot imagine like switching between 12 different screens. They're just packed with information. Like you have to be able to discern what the hell's going on in like within like milliseconds.
Especially when players play the same characters as well, because
Yeah,
it's insane. Kudos, they did a really good job. And there's also a buddy of mine back in Philly. The Fusion was having a viewing event at like I think it was a bar, restaurant, or somewhere in Philly, and he was going to go to it because he was like, I don't really play the game, but he roots for Philly teams and he wanted to go support them. And so he went and he called me and he told me that the lineup for it was like around the block.
Nice.
There's so many people were interested, and like he said, like they did not plan for the amount of people that showed up because they only they had like giveaway prizes and stuff, and they ran out in like a minute. Like they had like the place was just swamped.
It's
I
ridiculous.
feel like people that just don't know video games and in that world with
Right.
gamers, they completely underestimate.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's totally an
gamers.
untapped market.
Yeah, it's like I went to a demo of Smash Brothers for Wii U, and that was a thing at a Best Buy. It was like a one-day thing.
Oh yeah.
And Best Buy, they just had no idea. They had one demo unit set up, and it was like
the
there
line
was
around the Best
literally
Buy.
it was wrapped around the Best Buy.
Yeah.
That was like a 12-hour wait. And they were just like, we did not expect this. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you
Like,
idiots. It's like, have you ever heard of
suck.
Smash Brothers? And it's just like with this, where it's just
Yeah.
like, I mean, people love esports, and
Sure.
and obviously they love it's like Overwatch is huge, Smash Bros is huge. It's like these games, like they have such a cult following of people. I mean, it's just like football. It's like if you, it's like if you're not ready for like a bunch of football fans to come and watch a game, like, oh, I didn't know football was this popular. It's like, yeah, you idiot.
Well, it's like there still hasn't been like a lot of attention put onto esports just yet. I mean,
Right,
like,
it's still kinda new.
Within the community, we all know about it and we all understand like the appeal for
It's not
it. Right?
mainstream, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
like,
I can understand. Plus, like people who aren't gamers and like the reason they underestimate is because we all like kind of hide in the shadows. Like we're all like inside playing our games,
Yeah.
or we're like at
We're
these
slowly
like midnight
coming out.
releases. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's cool is that they were saying
Domains
how
the internet.
this
That's real.
first season is going to be in LA. They're going to have every match at the Burbank studios. But they said for the future, depending on how well it does this season, they're going to look at like actual home teams, playing at home and like going for like away, like a real sports team, like going home and away. And they were looking, investors and stuff are going to start looking at venues and all that stuff. But I mean, it's a serious thing because like, the guy who owns the New England Patriots, the football team, he's the one who's invested in the Boston Overwatch team. The same thing with the Fusion. They're owned by the people who own the Philadelphia Flyers, which is why they're the orange and black. It's the same colors. And so it was really cool.
Had the same players too.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Amazing.
It was cool though
on
on Twitter. Some of the players for the Flyers, they like post on Twitter like "Good luck to the Fusion." And they were wearing Fusion shirts. It was really nice. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just shows you the seriousness of like the esports and this Overwatch League, where it's going to go. Because when you have like the dude Robert Kraft who owns the Patriots, he's a huge,
fucking awesome name.
Yeah.
Craft.
But he's a really
sounds like
big businessman.
Like a multimillionaire genius. Like,
Oh, he's a multimillionaire. Yeah. I mean, like, easy. But like,
what team does he own?
he owns the New England Patriots.
Yes. Oh, okay. But what's the Boston team that he is?
The Uprising, I think, is what they're called.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's what they're called.
We'll bring in the Uprising.
But like, it just shows you the seriousness of like the investors. Like when you got the dude who owns the Patriots and a bunch of other businesses being like, this is gonna make money.
Right.
It's like, you know, it's gonna be huge in a few years.
Yeah,
So, it's really cool. I mean, it was an awesome setup. It was a great show. I mean, I definitely want to go back because again, $20. You get to sit for all 3 games for the day because they play. At least for the weekdays I saw, there was a 2 p.m. game, 4 p.m. game, 6 p.m. game. Pay $20 and you can literally stay from 2 to 8 o'clock and sit through all of them.
And you can sit anywhere.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
It is. And
Anytime Philly
like,
wins, just cheesesteaks just drop from the ceiling.
They do have concessions, so they might have cheesesteaks. but it was a lot of fun, man. It was really great, and we need to go because it's. So
I'm
much
going
fun.
when I get a chance. I just
right.
slammed with work this month, but
how was
I really
how
want
was
to
the
go.
turnout?
But
it was sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah, I mean, the seats were packed. Like, I mean, there were a bunch of people there. But the thing is that was nice was people were going in and out because some people show up for certain teams.
Certain teams, yeah.
So you can go in and out as well if you want. So it's so cool. Like, you go in and out, you can sit down, watch a game if you want. You can leave, you come back. It was really awesome. Like, it's just a cool setup and a great show.
Yeah, I liked what I saw through the games that I watched through the app. It's like Blizzard for their first season with this. I think they just nailed it, man.
Yeah,
it's
they did
like,
a really good job.
It's really like the start to just like what this is going to end up being in 5 to 10 years. It's just going to blow up.
I've heard there's a little bit of backlash though with the league, like with actual Blizzard, like Overwatch League, that they're like kind of bringing into for public play. Like having all the characters, like you can get their skins with the outfits of your favorite team or whatever.
Oh, for us.
For us, yeah. I'm hearing there's a little bit of backlash for that, and also like the new season of competitive, like people are like starting to kind of dip out because they're like, we are not playing until you guys fix these problems, and they have like a whole list of demands or whatever. Which
I think that's every season.
You think so? But I feel like it's becoming more of a thing now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's been
I go on Reddit. Like,
fair enough.
People
when I'm on the
complain.
Overwatch
That's what they all
Reddit,
do.
there's always someone complaining about something, and
Sure.
I do like, I understand the league skins. I really don't like how they handle that because you need tokens, and there's no way to earn tokens. You have to buy them.
Yeah, here's the thing with it. Like, I understand that people are like, oh, to buy every league skin, it's like $1,600 or whatever it was, I think $1,200. But because they're like $5 a skin,
basically $5 a skin.
But it's all that. It's to support your team. It's just like buying like a hat or something.
Yeah,
it's
or like a jersey.
All that like merch money that's going towards those teams.
Yeah.
And like supporting those teams to like grow and do more. It's like, I doubt Blizzard's making much off of those. Like if they're taking a cut, I think like most of that is going to the teams.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's like
you're buying their merch.
Yeah, it's like you're supporting your team. That's what that's there for.
Yeah, it's
so
like you're going
I don't have
Patreon to support your Patreon.
Yeah,
I mean, like
weird.
I wish there was like a website that people could go to and help like donate.
Donate $1.
If only there was one.
I don't know.
Patreon. Well, cool. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
really
that
fun.
the next time we all have to like kind of make it our way over there.
We will.
Just from the pictures that you put on our Instagram at Go Multiplayer, you can like I saw like the way that they had their setup. It was like really, really interesting and like
It was
vibrant.
cool, man. Yeah, it was great. The
Like there's,
colors
like, a lot
are
of, like,
great.
energy in
It's
the
pretty
crowd and
dope.
stuff.
Yeah. And the guys that were sitting next to me were just like so hype, and it was just a great time. Like you just got a good feel from the crowd. Like dudes sitting next to me, every time big play happened, they would just stand up and like, yeah, they were voting for the fusion. It was really cool, man. It was just a good time.
That's how they did every time.
Yeah, this one dude, this one guy had like an Overwatch hockey jersey. It was really nice. It was like, I asked him, like, where'd you get that? He's like, I forget. I couldn't hear him. But I was like,
because he's just going,
yeah. I was like, that's a nice jersey. Where'd you get it from? I was like, yeah.
Doesn't answer my question.
But where did it from?
And Overwatch went, yeah. Oh my god.
But it was cool. No, it was a really good time. Highly recommend that we all go.
Yeah.
We missed that.
Yes,
You
you
got to
did.
do that.
At least check out the app.
Okay, I'll check out the app.
Yeah.
But don't tell me what to do. Don't very
tell
least. Check out the app. No, yeah, I should. I didn't know that they had one, actually, so I'm glad it's kind of good. I'm learning here as well, just as our viewers, We like to be in the same situation here. Besides that, though, you got to see the Overwatch League, and then after that, you got to watch the Nintendo Direct. We all kind of got to see what was going on there.
Dude, it was
really
so
fucking awesome.
underwhelming.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's a Nintendo Direct Mini.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, these are
It was underwhelming. Let's be honest. It
Well,
wasn't
I mean,
that great.
I was expecting. Well, everyone was like expecting to see some Smash Brothers talk. That still is kind of.
I was hoping for like a really
said
big Nintendo.
Everyone besides you. There's an asterisk there. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, like, but that's a thing that's going to happen this year at some point. And, you know, it was kind of a surprise direct that came out of nowhere. So.
Well, it wasn't a surprise. Like, I've known for like a month.
Yeah, there were a lot of rumors about it. But the thing is, like, there was supposed to be like a big Bandai. There was a rumor that Bandai was going to have a big presence in it, but.
So the thing, I was just
be.
reading an article about it that it was talking about how whenever Nintendo has like these like mini directs or whatever, a few weeks later they have a much bigger direct with like a lot of stuff. So I feel like maybe on like the Switch's birthday, like March 3rd, right?
I'm expecting.
Yeah, then
I'm expecting one in March.
Insane.
It's like basically their birthday. Like, hey, it's been a year. Here's everything that's coming up towards E3. So it's just like drop a couple big names and titles.
Because that was the thing about this direct. It really didn't tell me anything. What are your big plans for the year? It was just like Kirby, Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it was definitely
it was
definitely
just
direct.
getting some little things out.
It was.
Yeah, it was a direct for ports, that's for sure. I mean, we have Hyrule, like Warriors Deluxe, kind of like
Which I don't know.
I mean, I have it for the Wii U, and I played it. I put some good hours into it, but like I don't really need it for the Switch. Tropical Freeze though, that's gonna be a good one. That was a great
I'm definitely
Donkey
gonna pick
Kong
that up. That's so much fun.
Though definitely, I kind of wish that was kind of like what they did with like Bayonetta, where it's just like here's 1 and 2, kind of like a packet with like.
They don't need to.
But
after that sick ass trailer, man.
Yeah,
but
fucking awesome.
it's I wish they had the Donkey Kong adventure for the Wii, and then they packed it in with.
I was hoping for that too.
That would have been nice,
Donkey
like
Kong Country Returns,
an HD.
Returns.
Returns like a nice.
I was hoping they would put in
remake of
Donkey
that.
Kong in there as well. Be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Just with your little Switch.
Well, that's
thing. I'm
another
just kidding.
thing. Like the
Rhythm games, where'd they go?
Nobody wants.
Oh, I thought you meant the old school Donkey Kong. Are you talking about the Bongo one?
Yeah, I was fucking.
Oh, never mind.
Well, it's plugged into the GameCube port, and
Play Dark Souls with it now because you can play.
Well, yeah, and that was the big news that they saved until the very end. Was Dark Souls is coming out with a remastered version for the Switch, which is pretty dope, and it has like all the DLC that came out for that game too.
Yeah.
And I have yet to play a single Dark Souls game, and I think it was because it was never on the Switch. No, I'm just kidding.
Ever.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I haven't played it. It's just maybe it's a little daunting of like a game. Everyone's like, it's the hardest thing you've ever played. And I was like, well, but if it's gonna be on Switch and I can take that shit with me, then I might pick it up. But like, that's another incentive for me, and it seems to be the biggest incentive for everybody. Like, I mean, we Super Meat Boy just broke world records.
I mean, it's like it's basically like outselling its original release on like the 360, which is kind of crazy.
And it's like it's that in every indie game, or not indie game, every indie game that they put on the Switch is like continuously just like breaking records with sales and stuff. So I mean, I think it's a great idea for Dark Souls to come, and I think that just bringing the first one and watching like everyone like watching the sales number on that, because everyone's gonna buy that. I think they might be. That what's it called? What is the name? From Games?
From Software?
From Software is going to start putting some more stuff on the Switch. They've already talked about
Imagine Bloodborne on the Switch. Oh my god.
I wish.
Dude, Bloodborne on the Switch would be...
If Sony didn't publish it.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Right. I mean, and like besides that though, besides you have like your Pokken Tekken DLC. There's a couple of DLC announcements. There was the Mario Odyssey. Yeah, I know. Is that what it's called?
Pokken Tournament.
It's the.
Well, it's made by the Tekken.
Yeah,
guys.
it is made by the Tekken. It's Pokemon Tekken.
Right. They have like new fighters for that, and then we have DLC for Super Mario Odyssey, the first DLC that's going to be.
Not DLC. It's just a.
It's like an add-on.
Yeah, it's just a.
Is that not what DLC?
It's technically DLC.
It's free though.
It's free DLC.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah, it's free.
It's an update.
Yeah.
Yeah, I consider DLC like something you pay for. It's like
fair enough.
This is just like an update that adds a feature or two.
Which is dope though, because like I mean, it's not like Super Mario Odyssey like had a lack of content, but they're still gonna add to it.
But
it's
I want to play as Luigi. It's like what
like,
did they do?
I wish there was an update where I could play as Yoshi or Luigi or just a few other characters, because like I like playing as Mario, but like I want to play other characters. And
you can possess Luigi, give him a double mustache. You can't be Luigi.
Yeah, I definitely wish you could play as Luigi, and I'm always like I like the root for Luigi. That guy,
I do too.
like,
I
he
like
always
Luigi
gets
a
the.
lot.
Well, that's why it's going to be like in this. I like the idea of like he's got some balloons and you have to hide them, and then it's a hide and seek.
So the add-on
Like,
content
just like,
is
give that to like Toad to deal with. It's
Yeah.
like let Luigi do something else.
Yeah.
they gave Toad a game too, and we have or was it Captain Toad and Tracker? I just
Captain
love
Toad's in
his
that as well.
voice. His voice, like how it's like progressed over the years. No, it's like, and you're like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. Coming from like I'm the best from like Mario 64. But anyways, Mario Kart. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm looking forward to like seeing Luigi more in this game, especially because he was lacking. But that seems to be the thing with all the platformers. He's just kind of like there, you know, like
Yeah,
you
He
just
can't
kind of
do
Luigi.
anything with him. He's just going to be standing there with some balloons.
The add-on content for
dumb.
anyone that doesn't know or didn't watch the Nintendo Direct, apparently there is going to be like some after campaign, like after story mode content where you can actually do this like mini game where it's like a balloon fighter-esque kind of thing.
Well, it's not really balloons. It's hide and seek.
Is it
Yeah,
really
it's hide and seek with a balloon.
It's hide and seek.
Okay.
You just take the balloon, hide it, and then the person has to find it in a
All right.
amount of time.
And Luigi's around.
And Luigi.
I wish it was Balloon Fighter. I love
That's
love
the thing
Balloon
that's
Fighter.
weird. It's Luigi's balloons. I guess Mario just takes them and he hides them and then he has to find them. Like
Right.
Luigi's not involved in this
He's
at
just
all.
being an
It's just
asshole.
like, thanks for taking my balloons.
Thank you, Luigi. And then he just like throws around like, fuck. Okay.
It's like Mario takes the balloons and says, thank you, Luigi.
yeah.
It's like, I bought those.
It's like, why, Mario?
I make a lot less money than you, Mario.
But then there was that. So there's a lot of DLC, a lot of ports that were coming, and then we had like the Dark Souls. But I think the biggest news for that was fucking Mario Tennis Aces is coming to Switch.
That looks
Switch.
fun. That
Fuck
looks really
yeah,
fun.
it does,
Yeah, dude.
man.
I was just talking last week about how I love those old Mario Golf and tennis games that have a story mode and like some RPG elements. And it looks like there's gonna be like
Yeah,
that.
Nintendo watched our last episode, and
That's
they were
what-
like, "Oh shit, if that's what people are wanting."
Put it in,
Zach
dude.
said that? Well, we gotta do it now.
So it's like this game's gonna have a single player campaign now.
Yeah, it looks
Which
awesome.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and I love those Mario Tennis games.
Well, all the Mario sports games, I mean, besides like the baseball ones, I was never a huge fan of.
Yeah, I
Sluggers.
never played the Mario Sluggers games, but
Yeah.
it's like Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Mario Strikers.
Strikers.
are
There needs to be a new Strikers.
incredible. And
And
then
that is the hands down
Yeah.
thing that I want from Nintendo. They're giving
Yeah.
me gold. They're giving us all gold for like the whole year, but fucking just a
Yeah,
new Strikers
just
game.
man, that would be so good.
Yeah.
But,
So
but,
if
but Aces is going to be good too, because like
Aces.
yeah, Aces. 'Cause Mario Tennis has always been like a fan favorite. Did that start on the 64 or was that earlier? 64,
Yeah, 64.
well, no, I take that back. I think it started
I mean,
on Virtual
The
Boy.
Virtual Boy, yeah.
Oh, that's
And
right.
then
that's right,
and then
yeah.
the next one was for 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't think about that.
I actually
Except
really
you
like
do, 'cause you like everything.
I like Mario
Yeah,
Tennis
yeah.
for Virtual Boy.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
It's amazing that you like have 4 Virtual Boys in your house, but yet you have, I assume, 20/20 vision. How does that work?
Because having good vision's a choice.
Oh, God.
And
It's a lifestyle choice that he
Yeah.
made.
Damn, that's pretty funny. He's over here
I
with
chose
glasses.
poorly.
Yeah.
you're really stupid, dude. It's like like every time you have to
Cheese
like
was on steaks and glasses. Come on, man. You gotta make better life
Just failing
decisions.
at life, I know. But no, like some of the, watching the Mario Tennis Ace. I keep wanting to say Mario Tennis Strikers. Aces.
It's because that's what we really want.
Yeah. Like watching the gameplay for it, some of the story elements, they look so cool. Like going against the piranha plants, they're shooting at you, and you gotta like, hit them back. It looks like so
Yeah,
much
I mean, I
fun
think like
and-
the minigame portions of those Mario Tennis games are always a little like they were underestimated. And they were fun, but not a lot of people played those like minigames as much. And I think that we're like, no, okay. You guys don't understand how good these minigames are. Let's go ahead and make this a whole nother feature. And it's like, fuck yeah, dude.
And this
I didn't know
game
I
is
wanted that.
perfect for Switch too.
Yeah,
like,
it really is.
Especially with like the Switch motion stuff works so much better than like past like Wii and Wii U.
Sure.
Like it's so much better.
Well,
so like,
technology's, thank God,
that's the
finally
thing.
catching up.
That's
with
the
it.
thing. So like these ideas that Nintendo had years ago didn't necessarily work that well, but now they can, and it's beautiful.
I'm
Like,
I'm
it's
really
so-
hoping for a couple things with this. First off, as far as the controls go, I really hope that they lean hard on like just normal controls
Sure.
that everybody wants, because it's
Yeah.
like the technical part of those games and playing it with like an actual controller. I mean, it gets real deep as far as like playing those games. It's like I love Mario Tennis, but God, did I hate the one for the Wii. It's like it took out all like the
Wasn't
technicality.
it a port from the GameCube though? Was it an actual?
No, it was a new one. It was
standalone
just Mario
Wii?
Tennis Wii, I think.
Oh,
And
okay. Yeah. I
They
never
just
played it for
it was just
obvious reasons.
awful. Like the Wii generation, it ruined Mario Kart. It ruined
a lot of stuff.
It's like get this motion control out of here. I don't want these waggles.
It's like it's okay, but don't force it. Like, you can't have it like you have to do motion.
Sure.
Like then it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like I mean, they did that with Super Mario Odyssey, which was a kind of a big. I mean, it's technically forced. Like there are HUD abilities that you can't do without, you know.
Yeah, but you also don't need
around.
to.
You don't need to, but
it
severely hinders your capability of like what you can do with Mario and his abilities and whatnot.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they definitely.
I guess, sure.
I want to.
I'm sure.
I want to play Mario Tennis with my Pro controller, and I want to be able to go online and play some like super intense games with people.
See, that's another thing. That's something I was expecting from this was some online infrastructure talk.
I think that's going to be like their birthday direct.
Yeah, because they're still keeping it hush-hush because they already have so much flack behind their infrastructure as it is now. I'm pretty sure they want to like polish it to where it's like, and now we can tell you it's about.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But that's what I was
something we're going to see too.
That's the big thing I was expecting because like everything else was fine. It's just like, but it didn't tell me anything that I necessarily wanted to hear.
Yeah.
It just told me about stuff that's going to happen, which is fine, but it's like it's not what I was expecting or necessarily wanted.
Well, speaking of big things that we're all kind of expecting, there's a lot of talk now surrounding Cyberpunk 2077, which is CD Projekt Red's new huge well, it's not MMO, but like, you know, huge open world game.
Yeah.
And, you know, CD Projekt Red was responsible for the Witcher series, and Witcher 3 was a huge monumental success, especially with like how much content they could stuff into the game. Like even the map itself is just ridiculously big and all the things you can explore with it. Now they're taking that same kind of work ethic and structure into Cyberpunk 2077, which is an adaptation of a pen and pencil RPG called Cyberpunk 2020, which is exactly what it sounds like. Fucking badass. So a lot of like why I want to bring this up on the show is we have talked about it. We did on our like predictions list a couple episodes ago about what was going to be talked about this year, and it seems that it's more and more likely that CD Projekt Red is going to be giving us a little bit more detail. If not giving us detail or releasing this game late 2018 or early 2019, which is fucking huge.
2020.
Dude.
Yeah, I still don't think it's going to come out.
They did project
2020 for the game.
Sure, they did.
That's the name.
They're going to wait until 2077. You know? No, but they did say they projected to release this game back in 2013. They said it was going to be released between 2017 and 2021. But I mean, like now they're actually starting to become a little bit more vocal than they have been. They had a 4-year hiatus on Twitter, and they just broke that on January 10th with the single tweet just saying beep, and everyone was like, "Fuck!" You know, like, yeah, machines. Yeah, no, but like, I mean, there's a lot of things that are riding on this game. It's already been reported that there is way more people working on Cyberpunk than there were on Witcher 3,
right.
Which they had a lot of people on there, and like even the developers had said, the director of Cyberpunk 2077 even said that it's like last year it was already really advanced in where they're you know closer and closer to being released. But they said, but this year belongs to Gwent. That's what we're putting all of our focus on and everything, which is the card game from the Witcher series. But it's just looking more and more likely that this game is going to be coming out
2020.
In
2020.
It's 2020.
Man, I
2020
fucking
vision.
hope not.
2020.
It's 2020.
Year.
I mean, check this out. Check out the things that we already know about.
Check it out.
Check it out. Listen to this. So not only is this a futuristic kind of noir world with like this like rain slick streets and like you know the neon lights.
It's Blade Runner,
essentially. But not only is it that, but they're also trying to make this a huge single player, which they're already good at making these huge single player worlds and these like overarching campaigns with so many objectives and like side quests. They're also wanting to implement multiplayer interactivity into this, which kind of made everyone like hesitate, like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Battlefront 2.
Oh fuck.
No, but like then CD Projekt was like, we're not doing any of that fuckery with this game. And what we have in store for you with the multiplayer capability, we think you're going to really like, because at the core of this game, of the pen and paper adventure, was playing with people and like exploring this world and being a hero, a detective on these streets that are like obviously corrupt with technology and huge corporations.
I feel like any online stuff that they add would be something closer to like what Dark Souls did, where it's like they have online, but it's
they're saying it's going to be more involved than that.
You think so?
I absolutely think so. And I think that if there's one company that could do it, it is CD Projekt Red. They don't have a long track record with multiplayer.
No, not at all.
Obviously their single player stuff is great and
except for
has
Gwent.
made a name. And Gwent, sure. But they've been working on it. They've been polishing this up since when it was announced in 2012. So they've had a lot of time, like nearly a decade, to do this whole thing, and it's getting closer. I mean, like other things that are kind of in being involved here are they are bringing back. This is actually not huge news. It is huge news for me, but they're bringing back the composer from Witcher 3 to do the soundtrack for this.
What's his name?
Dude,
BJ Blazkowicz.
Yeah, Marcin Przybylowicz. How did you say it?
Blazkowicz.
Przyzblewicz. That's what I said.
Przyzblewicz, yeah. It's an interesting Polish name.
I could be wrong.
But they have other things, these things called brain dances, which is a form of futuristic drug-like VR that will play a big role in the game itself. The creator of the pen and pencil RPG, which his name is Mike Pondsmith, he has been shopping around the idea for a video game for the RPG for a long time, and it wasn't until he was approached by CD Red Projekt and he realized these guys really care about the game. They're not going to try to change like the systems that I've implemented and created, and he's extremely on board with what they're doing so far. Like he's been vehemently impressed and passionate about what CD Projekt is coming up with, and he has a lot of faith in it. So
CD Projekt Red, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just shorting it because I'm dumb. But yeah, so I mean, like, there's not a lot to be said in terms of detail, but it's, going to be a huge single world, open world story, story-driven RPG, no hidden catches. You're going to get what you pay for. They're going to release, free content like they did with the Wild Hunt and with...
yeah, I'm sure they'll be good about all that.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Like, they have such a major, like, just big fan base from Witcher, just on the promise of like free DLC alone. I feel like, within the gaming world, it's like if you treat your customers right, you take care of them, they're gonna come back. They like gamers appreciate that kind of stuff. Like I couldn't tell you how many like gamers I've talked to. Where it's just like Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games because they, not only was it a huge game, but you get all this free DLC, and it's just like $60 you're in. And you're
That's
just and it's like they'll take care of you. They had
they give you your money's worth.
And they over and over. And it's the one, was it one DLC you paid for? Nathan, do you know? One, right? That was Blood and Wine, or is there two?
There's 2 DLCs.
That you paid for.
You didn't pay for any of them, did you?
Yeah, I think you paid.
They're both free.
No, I could have sworn Blood and Wine was.
No, there was some DLC that you could pay for. It was armor and stuff. But like the actual story content, they made a point to make it free.
I could have sworn Blood and Wine.
Yeah, check it out. But I'm pretty certain that it was
because they had a ton of updates that were free, but I could have sworn Blood and Wine was.
Because they had Heart of Stone and Heart of Stone, was that the first? Hearts of Stone was the first DLC.
Hearts of Stone
was the first DLC that was Stoned Hearts. That was the first DLC that was free, and then they had Blood and Wine.
Which 3's paid DLC expansions will be available as part of the Gamers Expansion Pass, which will retail for $25. So, Hearts of Stone will cost $10. Blood and Wine was $20. Yeah. So,
but if you get the expansion pass for $25, it's all gravy.
So they're both free.
Yeah. So they had a bunch of free updates and stuff that got added a ton of content, and then the 2 paid DLCs. It's $25. But it was like an extra 100 plus hours of content. It's just like, it was huge.
Right. Yeah, and it was fucking, it adds like 50, 60 hours, like it was incredible. And I still haven't even touched those 2 expansion packs with my copy of Witcher 3. I'm still in like the main story. And it's like kind of fucking intimidating. Yeah.
That's why I've yet to play that game.
Yeah.
There's just so much.
But you should. You need to. And especially with Cyberpunk on the horizon here shortly. You need to see what CD Projekt Red is capable of, and it's amazing.
Oh no, I know it's incredible. I've never heard a bad thing from the company or what they developed, any of the games. It's so much.
Yeah.
It's like if you go into The Witcher, you're not coming back out. That's all. So I mean, it's it's
I've
like
lost friends.
One gamer enters.
I've lost family to The Witcher. No, I mean it's so intense and there's so much to do.
Now
another
thing that I think is that if this game releases to the wide acclaim success that everyone is expecting it to be, in the way that CD Projekt Red is talking about it, and Mike Pondsmith, if it does release to that, it is going to set trends. I I have no doubt in my mind it's going to set trends. The thing is, we have been seeing an influx of cyberpunk-esque films and games as of late, in the last 2 years. A lot of them have come and go without much of making a splash into what's going on. But the point is that the gaming industry is trying to tap into it. I mean, with games like The Observer, 2064, Read Only Memories, Ruiner, Deus Ex, Shadowrun, those games, they're trying to dip their toe in it, and some of them are getting a lot of critical acclaim, like especially the independent games I just mentioned. But it's still not doing as well. I mean, in past trends that we've seen, over the last 20 years, we've seen a lot of genres come and go and stay for a long time, but cyberpunk really hasn't been one that has been fully explored. Especially with Blade Runner and movies like Blade Runner and Snowpiercer coming back and stuff and making interesting waves in the cinematic end of the spectrum as well. I think that if this game 2077, if it does well, that we're going to see a huge influx of cyberpunk games, and I think that it's finally a time for that genre to be.
It's like the 80s are back.
Well, no, I mean, if anything, the one genre that is most relevant to us now is cyberpunk because of where our technology is going. I mean, I believe it was Stanford now that's on the verge of 3D printing bones, human bones for replacements and stuff like that.
Oh, they're doing that already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I got a couple in me right now.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. So you're already part android.
Yeah, check out this new bone I got.
You just open up your skin. Oh my god. Yeah.
Can't wait to be a cyborg.
Fucking A, but
I'm getting a Mega Man armbuster cannon the minute I can. That'll be the
shooting
first thing.
lemons, man. Shooting lemons. Yeah, and I mean, I think that we're already on that verge, and it seems like a genre that is going to really resonate with our time right now. And I'm fucking excited. But
the 80s, they're back.
Yeah, I wanted to open that dialogue with us here on the show to see what you guys thought, what future gaming trends might come up. If you think cyberpunk is going to be as good as it is, and will it set that trend for cyberpunk games in the future, or do you think it's going to fail and we're going to continue to see other, because we've had an influx of survivor games, for the past, 3-4 years now. That's been, the trend, so... Yeah. Do you think we're ripe for a new...
one-man army survivor style.
Right, yeah. I mean, Uncharted, Last of Us, Tomb Raider, that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Horizon Zero Dawn is kind of both, dips its toe in both survivor and cyberpunk, but...
I don't know, maybe. It's I feel like CD Projekt Red, I'm sure that game's going to do amazingly well, but it's one of those things, just I think Grand Theft Auto, they're just on their own level, and it's nobody, for the most part, there's a couple people out there trying to do some GTA kind of games like Just Cause and what's that, Saints Row, but it's outside of that, nobody's touching that genre because it's taken care of.
Sure.
You can't touch Rockstar, and I think it's kind of nobody's trying to make something as insane as The Witcher because nobody wants to touch that. I mean, there are games that are sort of similar in certain aspects, what's that Lord of the Rings game?
Shadows of Mordor?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, there's a few.
Yeah.
The last one.
Twin Towers for the PS2.
It's there's games that are sort of like that, or it's I know Dragon Age is gonna be coming back probably in the next year or two here, but it's I'm sure just nobody wants to even come close to that because it's the minute you try and make a game even remotely similar, you're just gonna get compared to these games that are just gonna destroy you.
But maybe not a massive open world because a lot of companies can't match that with CD Projekt Red, and we've seen that tried and it just doesn't work unless it's Bethesda with their Fallout or. Shit, that's cyberpunk, kind of. Not really. It's more
Which game?
Post-apocalypse.
Not really cyberpunk.
Yeah, there's a lot to technology, but I don't know. But I'm stretching for a reasoning here, but no, the only company I think that could match their scale is Bethesda. But it's not necessarily trying to match the open worldness of it. It's just the genre itself.
Yeah.
If people respond really well, gamers respond really well to the cyberpunk kind of thing, then I feel there will be a more influx of just cyberpunk themed or genre games, not necessarily open world.
Right.
Huge multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, it's we definitely see stuff kind of come and go. I feel the last couple of years we had a lot of caveman-esque things with Far Cry Primal and Horizon Zero Dawn, and I feel I'm definitely missing a couple in there. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there were a few. It's just there's a lot of caveman games coming out right now.
Yeah.
Or something close to it, just these kind of primal stuff.
The Wild, that was a game that was announced but never released.
Yeah.
Prey. That's not really anything. No.
Prey was in space,
dude. No, not Prey. I'm sorry, Evolve.
Yeah. So So there's a lot of
Pray, lol.
So and I'm
angry,
hoping the next couple years we'll actually see like an influx of pirate games because it's like
Pirates?
Just pirates,
Oh,
not even games, just pirates.
it's like
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves
Yeah.
and then the Ubisoft game.
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed pirate ship game.
Yeah, what
Is that really what it is?
Something
essentially
Dark
what it is.
Sails or something. Like that?
Black
Dark,
Sails?
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Black
They're
Sails?
doing their
I
own
think
copy
so,
of it.
Black Sails.
I don't think that's right.
No? Is that racist?
Black Sails is a show on TBS starring. What's his name?
Oh, that is a show.
John
Is it really?
Malkovich. Yeah, he's a pirate.
Oh, okay, so it's not Black Sails. I know what you're talking about. Oh, no, shit. It's got like
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Not even close.
He's just like
Black Sails,
fucking
Skull and
Bones,
Bones.
guys.
They're kind of the same
Whatever.
thing. They go on the same stuff.
Yeah. Same flag.
It's essentially
So-
Assassin's Creed Black Flag pirate ships,
Yeah, and
but
then-
without the Assassin's Creed
and then,
story.
That's a very convoluted way of explaining that.
And then
That's what it is.
I'm like
Ubisoft's doing a
lost.
remastered of the
So,
of
okay.
that game. So I'm
So-
hoping for some pirate games and then maybe
Are
some.
you hoping, or do you think that's what's going to happen?
I think we'll see a small influx of pirate games.
Okay.
And then like maybe some steampunk after that. You know.
So
it's-
steampunk, not even cyberpunk.
or not cyberpunk.
Oh.
Excuse me.
So many
like,
punks.
Because so
All the fucking punks.
because it'd be cool, like what's that? I always forget the last night or something like that.
Yeah,
That-
for the Xbox Indie.
It's like that.
The
That
Last
looks
Night.
pretty cool. That's like
Yeah.
a cyberpunk.
It's the 8-bit that goes into like
sure,
32-bit or 16-bit.
Yeah, like
Sure.
so it's like that looks pretty cool. And honestly, I'd be super down to see like a BioShock in a
I
futuristic.
was gonna
like,
suggest that as well.
right? Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you just blew my mind.
Like
a
have
little
a
bit.
have a
Just a
cyberpunk.
little bit.
Have a well, I guess that's what's it called?
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
That's System Shock.
System Shock.
Yeah, so
that's
it's-
what it was. Yeah.
Which they've
I don't
been.
care. I still want Bioshock. I want Big Daddies and that'd be so badass. Yeah, it was so
I
cool.
just think like a
I see, that's why I
BioShock.
want Cyberpunk to do well, because then
Yeah.
hopefully Bioshock creator will come back out of hiding and do that. That'd be
Yeah,
dope.
because they've already they've actually they've talked about even bringing back System Shock for System Shock 3. So it would actually be cool to like just tie that into BioShock, where it's like you're in this like cool futuristic cyberpunk world, and then like you go through this like weird gate for some reason, and boom, you're like back in Rapture for some reason. You're just like, why am I here? And it would be pretty cool.
Or like the new city in the Cyberpunk one's called #Rapture, and you're like, oh fuck, it's real cool. Anyways, so what do you think of genres? Like, do you think that Cyberpunk will set a trend? I think it's going to be as good as everyone's saying.
I mean,
So-
and
And if not, do you think another genre is going to come into play?
I mean, it's so hard to predict these things. Like,
But
it-
that's why we're here.
no, I know.
Just talking. We could be
talk about
wrong.
the
Who
hard
cares?
things.
No,
Nothing would do matter.
No, nothing we do matters. Like, it's
Yeah,
pointless.
like, yeah.
Why am I
I'll
here?
die alone. Fuck it. Just say what you feel, man.
No, I don't know. It's such a weird thing to try and predict, or the trends in gaming, and because you're right. I mean, there have been a lot of cyberpunk, like Black Mirror. I mean, that's basically like the future of what we're seeing all the time. But it's just, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't know what to expect, and especially because when I don't know. I just don't know. I mean,
Also-
like IPs. Like, I'm not imagining Nintendo touching any of this. Like, nothing. They're not gonna be.
I don't know.
I can't. Like,
Unless this is what sparks they're going to do Mega Man.
I can't. That's what I was thinking. Mega Man, but like that's such a formulaic
Sure,
game.
sure,
You know, you can't really break that mold.
I would honestly absolutely love a Zelda that's
Cyberpunk? I thought about that too.
Like they already like you remember.
You're blowing my
dude's
mind.
on a
with that.
motorcycle already.
Well, they already like they talked about like aliens and stuff in the last game.
Yeah,
like they had a
UFOs and
spaceship
lasers.
built. Like
Yeah.
they were doing like some weird stuff. So think
I
about
mean,
like
we're
a
kind of getting there with like the DLC that they're adding and shit like that. Like you have like your motocross like
It's not the first spaceship in Zelda games.
what?
I'm trying to think. What
No,
other spaceship-
can't think of any.
Not off the top of my head.
I'll tell you, Majora's Mask. They steal cows in Majora's
Oh,
Mask. Aliens take cows, and you got to kill the aliens.
All right, you don't gotta show off.
I'm just saying. But no, it's really like, again, it's hard to predict like these trends that are gonna, especially when you've got games like what's Ghost of Tsushima, right? Is that what it's called? You know,
Ghost of Sushi.
sushi. But like that
That's
game is
the-
totally far opposite of what we're talking about, and it looks amazing. And so you could see more period pieces,
Yeah.
types of games. But I mean, again, it's like it's so hard to predict these things.
I think it's worth making a bonus round talking about genres because we see a lot of like trends set in terms of like gameplay, like open worlds or loot boxes are now a trend or fucking
loot boxes are a trend.
Well, it is. You know,
money's
like
a trend.
Yeah, but things like that, like game mechanics and stuff. Like everyone's trying to imitate like Dark Souls-esque difficulty.
Yeah.
You know, but like we're not really talking about genres of games that are coming and becoming a trend, like setting trends. Because like I mean, Uncharted did set that trend. And like
I mean, like art styles.
Not art styles, but like the actual genre of the game itself. You know, like in terms of Survivor games is like the best example I have. Like once Uncharted came out and it like set goals and precedents, then Tomb Raider, then Last of Us, and then we have Horizon Zero Dawn, which I do consider still in that kind of same category too. Like we saw a bunch of those come in and like become widely popular. To the point where like fucking Sony's E3 Direct, like all of their fucking themes are like
zombie
nature.
apocalypse.
Well, like nature, yeah, like just nature-esque kind of things. Yeah, and then you have that one, the one that's coming out.
That bad one.
Yeah, the fucking what is it? Days Last of Days.
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
No, that's an
Nobody cares.
Xbox one.
Either way, it's still a Survivor game.
Wait, no, that's a.
The shitty one you're talking about? That's Xbox.
No, the one where it's like people.
No,
Oh yeah.
Days
Oh my god, is it called Days Gone?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's that
looks
one,
bad,
and
too.
then there's. Fuck.
The shittier one's on the Xbox. That was
Dude.
exclusive. I forgot.
Point-
what
I'm
it
not
Yeah.
looking forward to any of those.
Yeah, neither am I.
Point is, I think we should talk about it because we're running out of time right now. We don't have any more time to discuss.
Yeah, that'd be fun to talk about. I'd
yeah.
be down.
I hope Cyberpunk becomes a thing. 'Cause
I'm
that
just
would be
thinking
a
of like,
interesting, like
I'm thinking of like
frontier we haven't
Tron 2020.
Well, go
Like,
play.
can you imagine that?
You haven't played the newest Deus Ex, right? It's free on PlayStation Plus this month.
It
Go
is?
play it. Yeah.
Oh, it is. I downloaded it.
Because that's how bad that game did for no reason. As far
Well-
as sales, it's like it's got great reviews.
was it
and
good?
I
I thought you
played
said
it.
it was bad.
I didn't get it. No. It
Imagine
just
like a Metroid Cyberpunk.
it just did.
But it,
Cool. Well, no, but like she's like, it's not like she's on a desolate planet.
Oh,
she's
sure.
actually like in a place with people.
Actually, go look at if you
Look
guys
at the mirror and say, "Fuck
you
you."
Ouch.
you guys probably don't remember this, but when Prey 2 went before the newest Prey.
Prey 2, that trailer is that you're about to talk about?
Yes. So
So good.
So, after the first Prey, the original first Prey,
Yeah.
they had announced Prey 2, and then it got canceled, and then they came out with this like new Prey that came out last year.
Basically a Bioshock like
Yeah, it's like a totally different game. But Prey 2, when that trailer dropped, like E3 probably 2011, 2012.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
It was I don't you probably saw the trailer, you just don't
Yeah.
remember it, but it was set in a cyberpunk world where you were abducted by an alien race, and then like it flash forwards like multiple years into the future of this character that you play as, and then all of a sudden he's this space bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And he's running through the city like chasing this this bounty,
Yeah.
and like the world that you see as he's running through, the characters
Sure.
that he's involved with, the gadgets he's using to set traps and shit. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it
All
look-
to the soundtrack of Rusty Cage by by fucking I hurt myself today.
Johnny Cash.
Thank you.
I got you, dog.
Yeah, and it was fucking dope. It was like this like
Yeah.
cool like
Yeah.
cowboy kind of feel to the cyberpunk world.
Yeah, it had this like almost Western-ish vibe
Yes.
to a cyberpunk
Firefly.
world.
Yes.
Yeah, sort of. But it's like very neon, like
Yes.
very like.
It's Firefly with neon.
Think about like an alien world red light district in like
Sure.
the future.
I got you.
Like and it's just, but you're like almost walking to like a saloon, like looking for your
Space
bounty.
saloon.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like
Sploon.
I wanted that.
Sploon.
Sploon.
I wanted that game so bad, and I remember like reading it in Game Informer and looking at like the screenshots and just diving into
Yeah.
that. It's like I want this game,
it
and then
looks
it
super dope.
it just died, and I was so sad. I
Yeah.
was like,
So,
no.
but here's the thing. Cyberpunk comes into play, and then they're like, "Hey, maybe we can make that game because there's a community for it." So
It's possible.
I'm just saying. Anyways, we do have to
would
end the
want
show because we did run over. I wish we had brought this up sooner because now, like, I'm just fucking really want to expound upon how awesome a Bioshock and a Zelda Cyberpunk game would be because
A Zelda one would be dope.
we can.
fucking
Like I like the idea of a Zelda
I do.
Cyberpunk.
And we're already.
That's
I
awesome.
could see it's not a very big leap from where we are right now.
No, why has he always got to be in like these fantasy worlds? Why can't he be in like
Yeah,
a
that'd be
futuristic world?
Fantasy, yeah.
Like he's the hero of time. Time. Like, not the spice, not the herb. Actual time.
All right, guys. So join us on our bonus round when we dive deeper into the possibilities of video game genre trends
We're
and
talking about
fucking Zelda.
Link,
Cyberpunk.
the hero of time. It's going to be a cooking game.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, that hasn't happened either. Maybe cooking games become a trend.
We should make that a video.
Right.
Hero of time.
Thank you guys, YouTubers watching us on our channel at youtube.com/multiplayered, and podcasters listening to this podcast, Multiplayer on Google Play and iTunes, coming soon to YouTunes. Appreciate you guys checking that out. Again, I reiterate the point, you should definitely check out our Patreon page. We have some interesting stuff there. If you don't want to like type in YouTube, or if you want to switch seamlessly to our podcast, you can go right there on Patreon. You can see both the video and the audio version of the show.
All there?
Seamless.
Download the Patreon app. It's all there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you can also, if you'd like, can see our tiers of
Joy.
donation. Yeah, our tiers of joy. You can see, like, you can actually help us. You could be the one to curate the show, actually, depending on how much that you donate a month. You can decide what we play.
I'll do a show shirtless if you tell me to.
Done. See, we're not above that. You know, like, our bodies have a price.
All of it.
And but no, just for the $1 though a month, you do get extra content, which is our bonus round, which we were talking about shortly, just a little bit ago, and you'll get all that extra content. But again, if you don't want to, or we haven't convinced you yet, you do get all this stuff free, but just a week later. So guys, thank you again for watching. We want to give a special thank you to DJ CUTMAN for his amazing chiptune music, and hopefully we'll get the composer from Witcher 3 to do our intro for next year.
I think he's a little busy right now.
Yeah, for the next 2077 years.
Nah, he's got free time.
You can
It's like, yo, Blazkowicz. But just not my name.
Yeah, went from Nazi killer to DJ.
Yo, Terrorbilly, what's up?
You can also follow everything that we've talked about and behind-the-scenes stuff with our channel at Multiplayered Go on both Twitter and Instagram. You can follow us on our specific and personal pages. For me specifically...
Wait, is it Multiplayer Go or is it Go Multiplayer?
Let's go multiplayer.
Fuck
yeah, that's it.
Dude, I was on such a roll.
Multiplayer Go is going to be our new app on...
Yeah.
You can go and like...
You can go and catch us in the
Yeah.
wild.
It's just like...
Oh, well, yeah, computer.
Like, oh my god! Don't catch me, please!
You're walking around and all of a sudden Zach appears. He's like, wouldn't a Cyberpunk Zelda be dope? And you're like,
Halo sucks!
No, okay, shit, I'm sorry. At Go Multiplayered. And you can follow our personal pages at, for me specifically, my Instagram is Guillermo_Dorado, and then my Twitter is at Masdorado. You can follow Zach here at
Zach Matzganis, ZACKMATZGANIS. You can follow me on Twitter, where I talk to Hob and insult him and tell him he's going to get dunked on.
That's really all you do.
You can watch the degradation of their friendship happen in real time.
Pretty much.
And then, Hob, where can they find you?
You can find me at Multiplayered Hob, and I tweet back to Zach's silly insults.
I did like your tweet back the other day.
It was hilarious.
The game blouses.
Yeah, you'll find our funny jokes online if you follow us.
We got
and then
banter.
you have another place too, yeah?
I'm on Reddit too. So you can talk to me on Reddit.
Boom.
You can
We
read
also
it on
have
Reddit.
a resident PC gamer, which is Nathan Redfern, but damn if he shouldn't change his name to Nathanius Redfernicus.
Yeah.
You can find him at Multiplayer Nap on Twitter. And you can also follow our resident Xbox gamer who you met just about like 5 episodes ago, Mick Wood at Mick2thewood on both Instagram and Twitter. And then you could just be full up of multiplayer content all the time, anytime, anywhere, 24/7.
All over your face, neck,
Holla
and
to your
chest.
boy if you want to see shit go down.
What?
Go down.
What?
So thank you guys for dealing with our shenanigans. We will see you next week for Multiplayer on another episode every Thursday. So guys, why don't you keep on grinding and we'll see you at the respawn.
Later.
We love you.
Loves.
Lots of loves.
We'd like to give a big ol' special thank you to Jaden Lawrence, Arturo Madeira, and Murcha Dan Krolpatariu. If you want to receive shoutouts like these awesome, beautiful people, be sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/multiplayered. See you next time, players.